Memorial Airport. Automated weather observation 1546 Zulu, weather, wind 210 at 5, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 31 Celsius, dew point 25, altimeter 3012, remarks, density altitude 2,700. Mexico, traffic experimental 750 November Charlie is going to be back taxiing 418, Mexico.
Well, we're here in the STOL CH 750. I'm Sebastien, and I'm here with Roger.
Hi, guys.
And it's a hot day. As you heard, you know, density altitude is what, nearly 3,000 feet?
3,064 feet, Diamond says.
And we're doing our annual Zenith Homecoming preview video, and this is going to be the first. Maybe we'll do another preview as we get a little bit closer out. We're a little bit further out, and we don't have some of the specifics on our upcoming activities. But we'll definitely we'll go flying again. We're in the STOL 750 this time, and we'll enjoy the flight. Hopefully, get a bit of fresh air as we go. And Roger will talk a little bit about doing the demo flight in the airplane and kind of the routines, walk us through the takeoff and landing and so forth. So let's have fun and discuss the upcoming open hangar day.
Alrighty. Well, we'll get ready. We'll do a pre-flight. We've already done a pre-flight. Now we'll do a run-up, check everything out. Doors locked secure, belts, everything. Put it up to 17.
And so this engine is the Jabiru 3300 engine, correct?
Correct. 120 horse, direct drive, air-cooled, 6-cylinder. Check the carb heat. Always good to, bill check it, even though today is, very hot day.
Yeah, it's showing outside air temperature of 93 on the dynon here, and that's probably about correct, I think.
Yeah, pretty close. And we'll put down just about 5 degrees of flaps for a shorter takeoff. Gas is on, temperatures are going up, we're not worried about today, temperature is already 125 on oil. I think we're ready to go.
Let's go.
Mexico traffic, experimental 750 November Charlie is going to be departing runway 18, will be a local flight for Mexico.
And we'll check our pattern.
I love that steerable nose wheel, how tight of a turn you can do, and you're not even using power to do this either.
Everything looks clear. Brakes, power, stick back, nose comes up. And it takes a little bit more today just because we're density altitude of 3,000 feet. There's just a few knots of wind, so that's not going to help us.
Yeah, no wind, hot, muggy day, but it's still, what, a couple hundred feet we were airborne, I think?
Oh, yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
Not bad at all for a STOL airplane.
Yeah, Cessna today would have taken most of the runway.
Well, yeah, well, they're certainly not in a Cessna. And of course, again, got the visibility and maneuverability and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, you can definitely climb a little steeper, climb, but you still get a normal climb over the nose, see everything, 500-600 feet.
Even on a hot day like this, I know. No, it's pretty incredible. And again, on this one, we've got the 120 horsepower Jabiru 3300 engine.
Correct.
Like you said, direct drive, air cooled. And looking at the temperatures, everything's nice in the green, so it's nice to see.
Right. And we've got it set up, the prop setting, for a nice takeoff and climb and a nice cruise. We don't have it for the maximum takeoff performance because, customers want to still see 100 miles an hour.
Right.
And, you got to pick and choose, what's your ideal condition that you're going to be operating the airplane on.
Yeah, and it's interesting, we get a lot of folks go with the STOL 750 and decide they end up doing a lot of cross-country, and then of course we get the guys going with the cruiser airplane and decide they want to do a lot more off-airport stuff with it. And both airplanes at the end of the day really do quite well. It's just you have to optimize it for what majority of your flying that you want to do.
Exactly.
So let's change subjects here a little bit. So we're what do we have coming up? It's the 30th annual Homecoming, and that's our annual open hangar days and flying. It's a 2-day event at the factory here in Mexico, Missouri. And, you know, we used to call it the Open Hangar Days and Fly-In. We've kind of renamed it to the Zenith Homecoming event because, again, it just gives a lot of opportunity for existing builders and flyers to come back to the factory, share their successes with the airplanes, show us the airplanes, as well as for them to come back and learn more about building and flying, maintaining the airplanes, ongoing airworthiness issues, things like that, as well as for existing or new builders. It's a great source of motivation to see what other folks are doing with the airplane.
Oh, definitely.
And so I've got a few cheat notes about what's going on, but and like I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to cover specifically the actual events, but talk more in general terms today. But again, the purpose of the Homecoming is to make it an educational event, make it a worthwhile event to come to if you're an existing builder, as well as make it a fun event. And because again, we always have fun looking at these airplanes, seeing some of the STOL competitions or demonstrations, as we like to call them, right?
Right.
And you know, it's a good showcase of what customers are doing with their Zenith airplanes. And one of the things that I know we particularly enjoy, but as well as other customers as well, and one of the reasons everybody keeps coming back to it is because of the fun and the camaraderie that you have out here. You know, I know a lot of friendships get started here and continue on. You know, we're like-minded people, love to build and fly our own airplanes, and that's just a great opportunity to do that. Again, it's a 2-day event, so we have 2 evening programs as well, with the banquet on the first night and then the barbecue on the second night. And so again, just a lot of opportunity for camaraderie and for fellowship about building and flying airplanes. So, you know, if you've never been to one of our events, I highly recommend it. You'll probably come to the first one and then keep coming back year after year for that. And then, of course, it's a good opportunity for flight demonstrations. I know you're always real busy those days doing flight demos.
Right. I only get to see 15 people the whole open house because I'm up in the air doing demo flights. And so yes, I kind of miss the open house.
Yeah, you kind of do. On the flip side, you have kind of the more fun side of it because you get to hang out in the air, looking down on the airplanes and all the chaos that's going on the ground.
Right.
And you get to have some fun doing that. But but at the same time, yeah, you know, we really appreciate you doing a lot of demo flights during that occasion. And if you're one of those that want, you know, if you want to arrange for a demo flight, make sure you do a prior arrangement for that because, hate to say it, but it's probably one of the worst days to do a demo flight in the sense it's the busiest day. So
it is.
You have to limit the amount of time you can do it, and then even in the pattern and stuff, our activities are somewhat limited doing that. So, but again, there is that opportunity. It's also a good opportunity as well. I need to mention to go flying in customer built airplanes.
Right.
I know Viking engines, Jan Eggenfeldner with the STOL CH 750 Super Duty with the Viking engine. I know he's always real busy doing demo flights, and he encourages folks to go up and go fly in the airplane, get to know not only the Super Duty, but the Viking 195 Turbo, I believe they have in the Super Duty. In their Super Duty, so again, it gives you a good opportunity to kind of compare, see what the features of these airplanes are, and then again, other customers as well come out, and you know, we can't make arrangements on their behalf, but I know a lot of these customers are more than happy to show the airplane, and both on the ground as well as in the air. And then on the Saturday at the Open Hangar Days, we always have, you know, the aircraft show. We do some flight demonstrations. We do a short takeoff and landing demo there. That's always a lot of fun and a really well-attended event. And again, we can kind of compare the different Zeniths and then the different engine combinations, different prop combinations. And again, it's not a true competition. It's more about, again, sharing information and so forth. So we try to make it as educational as possible, and it gives you guys the opportunity to talk to the builders, the owners, talk about the engine and prop that they have installed, and so forth. And like we always have in the past, we'll have engine companies coming out to talk about their engines and their installations available for the different Zenith airplanes. Avionics companies are out here, Dynon, Garmin, Evolution, again, to talk about their different instrument panels that they have available for the Zenith airplanes. And again, not just at the companies, but you'll see dozens of Zenith airplanes on the field, in the air. Again, talk to the owners, look at what they've done, see what you like about them, see what you don't like about them. It's just a great fact-finding opportunity for you guys.
Exactly.
And then, of course, since it's at the factory, at the Zenith Aircraft Factory, we take the opportunity as a kit manufacturer to show you the latest that we have, the latest final hole-size match drilled components. We'll do some demonstrations on assembly, so if you've never built anything before, come out. We've got little projects for you to work on, lots to see and lots to do. And again, ask us questions and look at how things are done. And again, not just taking our word for it, but talking to the builders that have built and flown these airplanes and see what their experience was like. Because of course, you know, building an airplane, it's a pretty big project, and there's no two identical experiences. Everybody's going to have a slightly different experience. Of course, we work hard to make it all a positive and good experience, but everyone's going to be a little bit different that way.
And yeah, and I encourage, you know, the builders, we've never thought about this before, but I encourage all the builders to bring their photo manuals or builder's logs, and we can lay them out on a table or something,
Right.
they can explain it to, you know, new customers.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know a lot of builders, you know, having built their airplane, it's something that they're proud of, and as they should be, because it's a pretty major accomplishment. And so a lot of them do have good record of that, a lot of photos and so forth. So yeah, if you're a builder, want to fly out, you have a photo album, bring your photo album and share it with builders out here. And I know that's one of the activities that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we have a lot of campers that come out and go camping. And again, that's a good opportunity at the end of the day is to sit down with other builders and see how their project is coming along, swap stories, swap pictures, and so forth. Because again, that's part of the fun of having these events is not just in the shop, but out of the shop as well. And we'll have good food pretty much all weekend. We're pretty proud of the food arrangements this year. EA chapter, I think they're 944 out of Chillicothe. They'll be doing breakfast both Friday and Saturday. And the nice thing is it's actually going to be a free breakfast for you guys because it'll be the tab will be picked up by our friends at Kiplanes and Vemco Insurance. So show up early for breakfast. And the EA chapter 944 puts on a great breakfast: pancakes, bacon, sausage, coffee.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it really is. They put on a great breakfast. And then they'll also be serving lunch later on in the day. There is a charge for that, although again, it's to support the local EA chapter, so it's money well spent, of course, to do that. And then on Friday evening, we'll have the outdoor Zenith banquet again, and we're going to do it outdoors again. It allows us to be socially distant a little bit better. You know, this pandemic is kind of ongoing, but I think for most people we're a little bit more comfortable than even last year. And but we had a lot of fun outside, didn't we?
Oh
last
yeah,
year?
yeah, it was nice.
You know, it was with the airplanes. We brought in the airplanes with the picnic tables and so forth. So it actually was a lot of fun to do that. And so we're going to try to do that again. If it's too hot or if the weather's too windy or raining or something, we'll bring it indoors across the street to the Elks Lodge. But we'll try to keep it outdoors. And then on Saturday, we're going to have the barbecue on Saturday late afternoon. And this year we're real pleased. Our friends and partners at Aircraft Spruce, they've decided to sponsor the event this year. So again, come out for the barbecue. It'll be no charge to you. And again, sponsored by Aircraft Spruce and Specialty. And those of you, of course, that don't know what Aircraft Spruce is, they're a supplier of pretty much all things aviation. Whether you need to learn to fly, build an airplane, maintain your airplane, they've got components and everything else. Check them out on their website. They've got everything that you'll need to build and fly.
So you're telling me I can come to the event and I'll get free breakfast and free dinner on Saturday? All right, I'm coming. I'm going now. Pilots love free food.
All we need now is free gas. Somebody to pick up the tab for free gas, right? Of course, you know, with these engines, a lot of them, it's pretty economical, isn't it? Like, I mean, I'm always amazed. I know our Dave Telema, who has a cruiser from Texas. He's in southern Texas. He flew out here at Oshkosh and met up with us just north of here. But he was averaging, what, 3.5 gallons an hour of car gas? It's pretty economical. I think if he had driven his truck up here, it would have burned more gas than his airplane. So that's a pretty neat way to go. So what else do we need to cover? And well, we were on both Friday and Saturday. We're going to have some seminars, and we always try to offer different seminars, interesting topics. Clint Gosh will be back with his STOL CH 750, and I know that's a 750 that's scratch built by Clint. And I remember you telling me that's such a beautiful airplane because, again, sometimes scratch built airplanes are not quite as pretty as other times, and this one is just a beautiful job that he did on his airplane.
It is.
And so he's going to come and talk about the scratch building experience. So those of you that don't know, like, I mean, you can actually build your Zeniths from scratch. You know, from the blueprints, make all the parts, assemble them, and again, construct your entire airplane. And then of course, if you start that way, you can also go kind of half and half. You know, you can buy some components from Zenith, build other components yourself. It really is your choice how you want to build your airplane. And so he's going to talk about that. He's also got a Continental 0200 100 horsepower Continental. He's going to talk about his reasons for choosing that engine, his issues with it, or what he likes about it, what he doesn't like about it. It's a great opportunity to learn more about that. We also have EA representing with Charlie Becker from EA is coming out, and Charlie he's a go-to home-built guy at EA, so he's coming back again this year. I don't know if he'll be flying in with the 2014 one-week wonder CH-750 Cruiser or their EA staff-built airplane, or if he'll be driving up, I'm not sure. But he's going to talk about, you know, services from EA. Importantly, too, you know, there's quite a bit of work being done right now behind the scenes at the FAA with EA on the 40-hour fly-off time. I think they're looking at doing a task-based system, you know, with the FAA, the Mosaic program, to simplify some of these things. So Charlie is going to update us on all these things, and as well as you know, the talk of increased weight limits on Sport Pilot and so forth. So if you have any questions about that or to hear the latest, Charlie Becker from EA will talk about that. Also this year, I think he's coming here for the first time, and that's our friend Walt Snyder out of Los Angeles area. Now, Walt kind of surprised us all this year because he actually flew out to Oshkosh with his 750, and of course, you know, he's from the LA Basin area out there. That's a long trip in and of itself. I think it was like 2,000 miles from LA to Oshkosh. And low and slow, and Walt loves to fly that way. He loves to fly low and slow in his 750 with the Rotax engine. And then at Oshkosh, Walt, he participated in the Invitational, the STOL Demo Invitational out there, and did that. And then, you know, rather than go home after the show, he actually kept going east. He went all the way to New York City, flew right by the Statue of Liberty. Real cool pictures about that. And then headed back home from there, and he's going to talk. I'm not going to give it away, but he's going to talk about what happened on his way back home. And quite an adventure. Walt's a great guy. He always a real positive guy. Finds a positive in challenges, if you will, and he'll talk to us a little bit about that. And I'm not sure when we'll have him on the schedule, but he'll definitely be on the schedule to talk. And you know, talking about short takeoff and landing stuff, John Humbert will be back. At least he's planning on being back. It's kind of farming season, and he is a full-time farmer, so he's definitely gonna try to make it to our event with his Super 701. And he was here last year and did some awesome flying. He's a great guy to talk to about building and flying your airplane. Since last year, he's actually started building a couple more Zeniths. He's modifying a 701 strictly for short takeoff and landing competitions, as well as building himself Super Duty so that his wife and daughter can go along when they go places. So great opportunity to meet with John, talk to him, as well as see his airplane and watch his demonstrations on short takeoff and landing flying. So lots of fun stuff. On the Friday banquet, we'll kind of do a kind of celebration of life and kind of a tribute to you know, designer Chris Heintz. You know, my dad passed away earlier this year, and you know, if you're a Zenith builder, or flyer, he's impacted you in some way, and so it'll be a great opportunity to kind of do a bit of a tribute to his accomplishments and contributions in light aviation. So looking forward to that as well. those of you that are flying in, coming in, especially if those of you that are coming back, we do have some good volunteer opportunities while you're here to help out, whether it's being a campground host, using the golf cart to shuttle some of the folks back and forth from the parking area, whether it's with the aircraft show. If you're coming out for 2 or 3 days, let us know, and then let us know if you've got some extra opportunity, extra time on your hands. Because,
or shuttle back to the hotel for pilots to fly
exactly.
in.
Yeah, there's always things like that. I know, even simple things like picking up garbage off the ground. We're kind of trying to follow in EA's footsteps or AirVenture. We're trying to keep the site as clean as possible during the event. And there's quite a few hundred people that show up, and it's always been a real nice event. And again, one of the nice things about this, even though it's open to the public, it feels like it's a family gathering, doesn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, definitely.
And so we try to do that as well. Hey, I see we got a little grass runway down there. We should kind of buzz over there, Roger.
Yeah, we could buzz it.
Let's have a quick look at it. Yeah, it's not the best day to be flying in the sense it's a hot, hazy day. But any day that you can fly is a good day, isn't it?
That's right.
So take advantage of that. Now, usually our weather in September is a nice weather, which is why we've always done our homecoming on the 3rd weekend in September, because we've been blessed with good weather pretty much every year, and not too hot, and usually again nice weather. And Missouri can be cold in the winter and hot in the summer, but our spring and fall are usually good times. Good weather and good times to be had. So we're just a few miles actually from the factory here, but the nice little grass strip out here. I don't know if Roger wants to land or not, but we can just fly overhead, do a simulated approach.
Yeah, he probably hadn't cut the grass since he bailed it last time, so I'd say it's probably pretty tall.
Yeah, and one of the things with private strips like that, it's always nice to be able to visit, but we always try to be good neighbors and try to talk to the property owners ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
Now, last time I did grass field landing and takeoff was in your 701 down at Mount Eagle Escape,
yes,
down at the Lake of the Ozarks. It was a lot of fun. That was my first time flying in by myself with it, and I chose your 701 to go down in there because, again, it's just it's a neat airplane, and again, it's just the real best element for that kind of airplane.
Yeah. Yep.
And I went down there with my son. A lot of fun. So this is a local farmer, has a little grass strip out here. I can see you're not planning to land here. You still got the speed in.
Yeah, he had cut it. Yeah, I can tell.
Nice trees around here, and
yeah, maybe he has. Yeah, maybe he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're paralleling the railroad tracks right here. Now, it's pretty flat out here in the Midwest, but we still have some awesome areas to fly.
Yeah.
Missouri River is just south of here, and the Mississippi River is just behind us, 30, 40 miles. So we still have some real interesting areas. And like I said, I went down to the Lake of the Ozarks the other day, and that gets real hilly country out there. So let's go back to the airport here. We're just a few miles out, and then again, we invite all of you folks to come out for the open hangar days. If there's anything, we're still a few weeks out, so if there's anything that you'd like to see us add to the program, or again, if you're a Zenith builder owner and you have some ideas on even if you want to share information, if you want to be added to our program, and we do informal seminars to share with other builders and owners, certainly invite you to do that. I know on Saturday we'll be doing what we call the aircraft show, and we kind of do it kind of like a car show in the sense, we just have the airplanes, on the tarmac out there, and we invite the owners to to be there with their airplanes and to share information about their project, how they built it, and flying it. So if we certainly invite all the Zenith owners to take part in that. I know our friend Brian Wallstrom from Experimental Aircraft Channel, he's going to be kind of hosting that event.
Okay.
And so it gives him an opportunity to get some good video footage. So if you come out, meet up with Brian, talk about your project, and he'll maybe feature you on his YouTube channel. Make sure you have it on the calendar, September 17th and 18th. That's Friday and Saturday. And we'll hope for good weather, and certainly look forward to seeing all of you guys out here.
Mexico traffic, Sprimo 750, November Charlie's going to be in our left-hand one for runway 18 Mexico.
And we'll land in the grass. And we'll start our descent. Got a little bit of flaps in.
I know I say that nearly every time I go flying with you, but I'm always amazed by the visibility in the airplane. Like, I mean, it's such great visibility. You know, here I'm just sitting as a passenger in the airplane while you fly, but I can really enjoy and get a lot out of it, as opposed to being, in most airplanes, you're kind of have your little sight area, and you can't, I can choose to look here on the right side, staring at the shadow of the airplane. I can look over here at the runway where you're going.
Mexico traffic, Sprimo 750, November Charlie's turning final 18.
And so here on the east side of 18, there's a bit of grass, so we often use that as a great spot to land. Very nice, very nice. Well, that was a fun flight. We enjoyed sharing it with you all.
Oh, definitely.
And before I forget, I think we still have a couple spots open. Immediately before the open hangar day, we have the factory workshop.
That's correct.
That's on Wednesday and Thursday, the 15th, 16th. If you're interested in actually gaining some real hands-on experience, and by getting started on the rudder starter kit, read up about the workshop experience. I think we still have a couple spots open available for that. Of course, spend a little bit extra time and then pay for the open hangar days activities.
Shut down is just turn the key.